Hey guys, Kelvin here with a quick election prediction here. I wanted to talk briefly based on the speeches and endorsements and all different other stuff that's been going on lately. So, Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama campaigned in North Carolina yesterday. Yesterday is the day before. And that speech I watched uh, a good chunk of it, and that speech was really good. They brought out very good points to North Carolina, and I think that that's really going to affect the Trump campaign and how his performance is going to play out in North Carolina. So I'm giving North Carolina to the Democrats this election because I think that speech that they carried out was an absolutely amazing speech that just I think it might have pulled in some libertarian, maybe Green Party voters, Bernie Sanders voters. That speech was amazing. They talked real issues that face North Carolina, north of there, Virginia. Of course, they'll probably go blue. Ohio here. I think they're yet to speak in Ohio, but I think when they do speak in Ohio, since Barack Obama won Ohio, I think there's going to be a very large voter poll from the libertarians, from the Republican vote. So I think, with that being said, and since Bernie Sanders is supposed to be endorsing Hillary Clinton, I believe Tuesday in New Jersey, maybe then I think Ohio, that's gonna go blue. Iowa, they've spoken Iowa since I just Hillary spoke in Iowa. She won the Iowa caucus, and if Obama speaks in Iowa, he won Iowa by a medium large to large margin. So I think Iowa's gonna go blue. Colorado down here, if Obama has anything to say about it, it's gonna go blue. And Florida, if the Latinos have a very good voter turnout, and Donald Trump is just mean against Latinos and has another scandal against him from business workers and everything, you can pretty much say that that's going to go blue. New Hampshire, the second congressional district in Maine, I think Obama has planned to speak for Hillary Clinton there, and that speech was world or countrywide. So if they were to watch that speech at all, then that second congressional district in Maine goes blue. That New Hampshire goes blue. So here's the map as far as I know. And then again, that poll in Kansas shows Hillary Clinton winning. I think Hillary Clinton will win Kansas. This is going to be a really risky move to make here, but with surrounding areas going blue, I think Missouri might have the confidence to vote Democrat this election. And I think Arizona, depending on how much, I mean, polls show Trump in a very big lead and by 11, 12 points, I think, in Arizona. So even though the polls show him in the lead, just temporarily, I'm going to put Arizona for Hillary Clinton on this map here. South and North Dakota, they're gonna be very hard to get from the Libertarian candidate from Donald Trump. Libertarian's gonna pull a lot of votes away from him. Although he's gonna win these typical die-hard conservative states, I think that South Dakota has a chance of going Democrat. North Dakota, I think, will remain Republican. Kentucky down here, they they are conservative. They're very conservative. But the Libertarian candidate, Gary Johnson, has performed very well in the polls in Kentucky. So if the Libertarian remains in the race until Election Day, he may just take votes away from Trump in Kentucky, and same goes for Tennessee. So I think that would hand Kentucky and Tennessee to the Democrats, especially if the Libertarian candidate outperforms Trump like he's been doing in Kentucky and Tennessee in the coal area. Um, there's been a lot of talk about Donald Trump and his failing businesses, so if that has anything to do and the Never Trump movement continues, Georgia could very well go Democrat, and then West Virginia could very well go Democrat, especially if this northeastern area goes Democrat. And with that being said, if we have a vice president or running mate for Hillary Clinton, Warren, there's a very good chance that we could get some of those social conservative Wall Street people. But that would be more of the northeastern states. That would be what they're looking for there. If Bernie Sanders decides to endorse Hillary Clinton on Tuesday, like the news and media has been saying, then he could very well speak for Hillary Clinton in Idaho, take Idaho, because a lot of social conservatives like Bernie Sanders over Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump is your typical liberal conservative. He doesn't care for the social stuff. He says he cares for the social stuff. He doesn't care for the social stuff because um, he's had so many failed businesses, so many failed bankruptcies. He's careless with his business work. Of course, he's had some successful business work, but it's majority failed. He's had so many bankruptcies, and I don't think the Wall Street junkies and stock market people are gonna fall for that kind of crap. They're just gonna basically say cut the crap, and that's what's gonna hand Hillary in New York and Pennsylvania and Vermont and Connecticut and New Jersey. That's what's going to hand her all of that, just because those socialist conservative people who care about the economy, they're just going to say, Trump, cut the crap. You don't care about the economy. Your past businesses have failed. You failed. Your businesses, your workers have just been terrible. And with that being said, if we have a high voter turnout who do care about the economy down in Texas, I mean, of course, a lot of businesses left Texas and such, just like Illinois and other places on the map. Here's what I think. I think if there was not a lot of businesses that left the United States, and just to pull away from this I'm being Hillary Clinton biased, that comments that I've been getting lately. Here's the thing. I'm going to show you how Trump can win this election. What he can do, and he can actually campaign revolving around the successful businesses that he's had in states that businesses have left. So if he can do that, and living in Illinois, I know how hard it's going to be literally climbing Mount Everest for Donald Trump to even try to take Illinois. But if he can campaign about the successful business he's had and how he's employed people and how they've been successful going forward, he can turn Illinois. Just to turn off this I'm Hillary Clinton bias, that comments that I've been getting. And if he does that, he may even be able to turn Nevada or Oregon as well. And if Bernie Sanders decides not to speak for Hillary Clinton in states such as Idaho and South Dakota, which Hillary won, so it really wouldn't matter there, then, and even if he did speak about the businesses that he's been successful about, he could really take this entire northern portion, including Pennsylvania and Ohio. He could take North Carolina back from that very good speech. He could take Kentucky, Tennessee back. He could take Georgia, Florida. He could take Arizona back. He could take Colorado, Missouri, Iowa, Kansas. He could take. I'm gonna say this right now. He could take Washington. He could take West Virginia back. He could take Virginia. Yes, he could even take New Jersey, Maryland, Massachusetts, take that second congressional district in Maine, then take New Hampshire since he did that. And since if he does what I said he could do, he could take New York very easily. But since we have Gary Johnson in this election who's taking votes from him and taking those social conservative votes, but then I was reading something online a couple days ago, and I have a certain amount of time that I can record on this, so I might have to make a part 2 to this. I was reading something online the other day that 20% of social conservatives are actually going for Gary Johnson, and the other percentages, which I believe 60 plus percent of social conservatives are actually voting for Hillary Clinton in this election. Now, social conservatives like Bush and and just the Bush-Reagan administration, all of those social conservative people who believe that the economy matters, and 60 plus percent of those people, and I believe this was from Wall Street Journal, if I'm correct. I mean, it's not a reliable source. It could go very, very, very biased towards a certain candidate, but it was on. I read two different articles about it. One said 50 plus go 50-50, 50 go for Hillary Clinton, 50 go for Gary Johnson. That takes all those social conservative votes away from Donald Trump, which isn't going to happen because there's going to be social conservatives who vote for Donald Trump. So, with that being said, then I think that Wall Street Journal is more correct on their article that 60 plus percent would go for Hillary Clinton, while 20% would go for Gary Johnson, maybe 10 less than 5% that go for Donald Trump, because there still is going to be a social conservative margin that does go for Donald Trump. And small business era and large businesses, corporations who believe that they should run our country, they're going to go for Donald Trump. And that's what's going to turn, based on that study, that's what's going to turn, all of these states blue, because they're going to say, cut the crap, Trump, we don't believe you, you are a faulty candidate. This election goes to Hillary Clinton because she's less careless with the economy. I mean, Bill Clinton has had some bad things in the economy, but Bill Clinton is not Hillary Clinton. They have different views, people. Come on. I hate seeing comments online that are saying, oh, well, Bill Clinton voted for NAFTA, so Hillary Clinton's terrible at the economy. Okay, cut the I'm gonna say this now, cut the crap, because Hillary Clinton is not Bill Clinton. They look nothing alike, to be completely honest with you. So they're not each other. She may have supported it at one time or another, but that was early in her career as being in Washington, that is, and working with the economy at all. So you got to try things new. You have to try things new if we're going to succeed in this country. And we will continue to do the things that we think are successful in this country, and that's what Hillary Clinton's going to do. It's going to turn all those states that Trump says he can win blue, because he may just not be able to do that. And since Gary Johnson in the race, regardless if Donald Trump performs well over Gary Johnson, he's going to pull him back in the polls, and that could really cost him the election. That could cost him the general election. Gary Johnson could cost Trump the general election. And even Gary Johnson, the social conservative message, the conservative message, and many libertarians who do not like Hillary or Donald, but those social conservatives who are leaning against Donald Trump are either going to go for Gary Johnson, Jill Stein, or Hillary Clinton. And they're going to split those amongst the votes. But Donald Trump isn't going to get many of those conservative votes, so that's what's going to turn a lot of those states around there. So that could really cost Donald Trump the general election, to be completely honest with you. This is what the map could look like very well if they decide to lean more towards Gary Johnson. So I'm not biased against Hillary Clinton. I am using true facts, and just to address that, guys, I'm not trying to be biased against Hillary Clinton. I'm just trying to make that clear, the facts and how she could win. So please don't comment and say I'm biased against Hillary Clinton. This is what I think the map could look like. This is going to change. It could very well change, and Trump could win the election. But this is what I think right now. So, with that being said, that is going to be the quick video for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll make another one as soon as possible.